if you have trouble saying no, then this will be of interest to you. I'm going to give you an analogy that will help you. So how to say no more often and how it can have a massive impact on your life. Hi, Will Perry here. Another Keeping the Conversation Alive video. I hope you are well. So, no isn't rude. It's just direct. However, some of us feel a bit like this one, where if we were to say no to somebody, to an offer, to an invite, to whatever it is, to say no, I haven't got time. He points to a pretend watch. Then people would be in shock. The world would stop, and everything would it wouldn't. We imagine sometimes that it's really rude, and we can't. And people I work with often empaths and very kind people. With low self-esteem that don't like to say no. I was speaking to one of the people I work with, a client, recently, and she said it took an hour to get around to shop. And I said, "Oh God, was it a big one?" She said, "No, just a few things." It was like, "Well, how come it took an hour?" She said, "Well, I bumped into so and so here before I got off the drive. Even then, I bumped into so and so around the shop, and then I bumped into so and so in the car park." And then it's like an hour, and it's like, wow, what? And I kind of know, but then I have to ask the questions. What happened? Why couldn't you just say no? I haven't got time. And there's a scale here, and that's why I've put the scale. So here, no, would seem really rude. So no is really rude. It's too heavy. That's rude. That they can't do that. So there's this real difficulty in saying no. It tips the balance. But actually, saying no isn't rude. On their scale, it is. But their scale is tipped in the balance the wrong way. And in fact, it's perfectly normal and legitimate to say, "Do you have time? No. I don't have time now. And if you want to, obviously, let's schedule something. Let's talk, but not a fake. Let's talk. Let's see. Let's have coffee. Not a fake one like that, but a genuine one, or whatever. It's like, no, I'll call you, and then do. But don't be an inauthentic person. I'm not saying that by any means, but don't have these people that are time stealers in your life. Because what does it cost you? It costs you your obviously your time, but effort as well. Your energy. Maybe that's a better word actually than effort. It costs you your energy. So there's a battery. We know all batteries are copper knobs, aren't they? It costs you your other batteries do exist. So it costs you energy hugely when, for example, that lady just trying to go for a quick shop takes an hour because she bumps into so-and-so she knows. And I said, well, why didn't you just say, no, sorry, I haven't got time, I've just got to chat, only got here for a minute, lovely to see you, bye-bye. What stops that person saying that is that they feel it's rude. So what that person was doing was waiting until the person they'd bumped into had run out, finished what they wanted to say, and then he said, oh, that's lovely to hear. I must go and do my shopping. It just doesn't work like that. People need to hear no. People need to understand. And there's this scale. It isn't at all rude. Do you have time? No, I don't have time. Or, I dive into the conversation, blah, blah, blah. Did you know? Blah, blah, blah. Did you know? And also, that makes me think, a conversation starts to unfold onto you. That's when you just have to be able to say no. And to be able to say no is a wonderful thing. And it's a very positive thing. And it's a huge benefit to you if you're the person that finds it difficult to say no. Because you're the one that's paying the cost. I spoke to another client today doing the personality profile, and it was, it's really difficult to say no, but, she acknowledged that it costs her time. She does things for other people when they ask, and because she's a kind-hearted person, and that's in her nature to do that, but it costs her. Doesn't, people, that's how people walk all over us, isn't it? Because we do things for other people out of the kindness of our heart, but it costs us, and they get off scot-free. They get stuff for nothing. It's like, yeah, that's imbalanced. So the balance is out, and we need it to be in balance. No isn't a huge rejection, but it can feel like that It can feel shocking. It can, have this thing that if you said no, people would, the world would stop. That's this stuff going on. The world would stop, and it would be a scary thing. But actually, it isn't. You just need to learn how to say it authentically, politely, consistently. That fits and feels comfortable, but it won't at first. And it's a really important thing to learn how to say. And I know that so many people I work with or talk to would love to know this trick, if you like, of how to say no. Saying no, it enables your superpower, and it's so important. So the superpower is obviously here. What's your superpower? We all have a hidden superpower, do we not? Do you know what yours is? For many people that I work with that have this problem, it's their empathy, their caring nature. These people are kind of real on the top level of kindness and empathy, and it's given away, and it's people abuse it, and people take advantage of it, and go and see that person, they'll do it. We want to save time, so we go to the person that we know will do things for us. And that's within human nature, But if that's you, and you're this giving person, that's the empty bucket syndrome. That's the people that give constantly, and then it costs a lot, and then you have to fill your bucket, but it's leaking out. Anyway, that analogy I've used many times. It costs you. You need to find out how to protect yourself, because that protects you to give your superpower. And for those people, the kindness, the empathy, that's a real superpower. But you need to hone it down so it's not just given in a general way. And let me give you the analogy for this. So if your superpower is kindness, for example, or empathy or understanding of emotions, which is a superpower, the thing that stops it, so yeah, that's a wonderful thing. But the thing that gets in the way of that is and I did a video on this yesterday, your shadow, and if you didn't see it, ask me for it. You need to understand your shadow side, because your shadow side it holds a lot of potential for you to be able to say no, for example, for you to understand that saying no isn't out of balance and out of kilter. Because the people that are hugely kind, sort of maybe up here, for them, a no, the politeness is just down here. So, I'm really sorry. Could you excuse me? It's lovely to speak to you, but I haven't got that much. Oh yes, really? You get diverted so easily because you've only got this room to work with. Whereas I've learned that no's down here. No, I haven't got time. Lovely to see you. Bye. Action. Boom, gone. There's no question. But to do that, it's such a disparity between what they can work with, and learning that is unlocking the potential within your shadow self, and that's a really important thing. Unless you do, you're stuck and you're unable to authentically do this stuff and become your superpower. And you want to become your superpower, do you not? Because this is a cool place to be. Ooh, that's a funny squiggle. So that's a cool place to be, but you have to tackle your shadow self. You have to tackle your shadow self to be able to get access to that. Now, quickly, the analogy that I gave to a lady today from doing the personality profile, who was struggling with this one, is a really nice one. It's imagine you are a charity. So if you have a charity that collects money from all these donations across the world, say, and that you direct these the giving of your charity perhaps to mothers with their small children, maybe a refuge of some kind or something like that, or to benefit these people, you don't want to then be paying the managers of another organisation that help and support you. You don't want to be paying the drivers. You don't want to be paying the administration. So you don't want to be paying another charity that helps encourage. You don't want to be paying those other people. You want everything to be going to these people. You want everything within your charity to be focused on the beneficiaries of the charity, the people that you're trying to help. That's what you want everything to be focused on, is it not? Beyond all the costs and everything. You don't want all these costs to be wrapped up in unnecessary. So it dwindles this overall benefit that you want to be the main point of your charity. So how do we do that? How do we, what do? You cut out all the costs. You put parameters and barriers. You safeguard against all these unnecessary leaks within your system, within your structure, that you're not, the monies from the charity isn't going to these other organizations or the business or the advertising, or it isn't going towards the unnecessary things. And maybe advertising is a necessary cost, but you're not leaking and hemorrhaging all the money that you're getting in, You don't want it to be hemorrhaging. You want it to be going directly to, as much as possible, directly to the people that you set up your charity for. So how do you do that? You put the barriers up, so you identify where the money goes. You're very clear on that, and then you can clearly say, we benefit the people that we want to work with, and it goes entirely to them. And that's that phrase from many. Every penny of your money you give goes to these charities. So to these people. So that's what you want. You want these people to benefit. Okay. So imagine if you are a charity, and you want to focus on the people that you like to help. If it's work, if it's just kindness, if it's just people, friends, relatives, whoever they are. If you want to focus, your time, your gift, your superpower, if your superpower is kindness and empathy, if you want to give your time to these people, then that means not hemorrhaging it on the other people, the time wasters. Put them in jail, in effect, by saying, oh, no. Put them in jail by saying no, because they're just time stealers, and they're always going to be in there. Be there to say and download and interrupt and steal your time. But you just have to say no. That's when no is so important, because it enables you to focus your time, your gift, your superpower on the people that really matter. It enables you to not waste time with the people there. No enables that. But to get to that no, what you need to do is to be able to understand your shadow and integrate that shadow with yourself, the negative aspects of yourself. And if you want to find out more information on that, I'll give you the link to the video that I did yesterday about that shadow self, about our negativity towards ourselves that we fear is there, that we need to unlock and understand. That enables our superpower to be released, which enables us to say no without the world stopping. Does that make sense? So learn to protect your superpower as if it were your charity, because it really is. It is your superpower, and learn that. And maybe you're not at the stage that you understand that you have a superpower. So my invitation to you is to practice saying no, to understand, I guess, do the work to understand your shadow side, but in action, practice saying no to the normal time stealer moments of your life. The ones in hindsight you thought, oh God, why didn't I just say no? Why did I get myself involved in it? Why did I say yes to something I don't want to be doing? Why do I? Practice saying you've got lots of opportunities. Practice saying no in those more normal moments of life, those time-stealing moments. But of course, I would expect you to need support in that. So find whatever support you need in order to help you say no without it being an Edvard Munch type image in your head of what the outcome or the impact of that will be. Because there's a way to do that authentically, without being rude. It's just being direct. I hope that helps. I hope that's of interest. Do contact me with any of this if you want to ask some more questions. All right, many thanks. Have an awesome rest of your day. Bye-bye.